Logs don't read themselves. Developers build tools that read them. Today, we will build one. By the end of this video, you will read data from log files, use function to process file content, detect suspicious pattern automatically, write clean automation logic, avoid common file handling mistakes. So let's start. And first of all, if you are building real Python skills, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next automation project, and comment logs if you are following the full series. Step 1, create a simple log file. So for that, just go into this explorer icon and click on this file plus icon and create a file name logs.txt. And after that, just enter whatever you want to enter. For example, I am creating a fake log file here saying Alice success admin failed. Okay, my success spelling is wrong, my bad. Admin failed again, and Bob failed. I guess they are not studying hard enough, that's why they are failing so much. Okay, that's enough. So let's save this file now. This simulates login attempts. And one tip for you, if you're for like you have to save your files every time manually, like every minor change you do to it. So to enable the autosave, just go into file menu, and here you can see autosave, just enable it. So even if you like make a smaller change like this or even this, it will autosave the file here. Let's just close it. Okay, now we will read the file with Python. So for that, first we'll take a variable and open the logs.txt. And remember, the file and program has to be in the same folder or the same location, you can say. And then what? Okay. And then we'll use the read mode. And then data file.readlines. Readlines will read every line in the file existing, and then we'll close the file. And some of you might think, why do we need to close the file in like whenever we do file handling? The next video will be on this topic only. That will be a 5 to 10 minutes video approximately. So I'll explain it. Why do we close file in Python when we are doing the file handling stuff? Okay, so either you can write this program like this, and a better way to write this is, okay, sorry for the wrong comment, is with open logs.txt r as file data file.readlines. Okay, so I am curious about a thing. What if we call it logs and logs? Okay, so if you want to change this as one, like as files name, it's a you can say it's a variable or a like short name for the file we are opening. So you can call it anything. I'm just going to call it file here. Okay, so you can either write this program either this way or this way. Both is correct. None is the wrong way. But the below one is easier. Okay, so now we got a problem saying logs don't exist. Okay, so first we'll have to cd into that. So let's just say ls and file handling, because I'm in file handling. Yeah, now we can run it. Now if we run it, you can see that I am just gonna open the file too. Yeah, you can see it's showing every entry here. Admin failed, then this /n is for the next line because I just hit it enter here, so it's showing /n. And then Alice success, admin failed, Bob failed, admin failed again, Alice success again. Okay. So even if you like run this one, the output will be the same. Let me just show you. Okay. I think the print, yeah. I didn't use the print statement to print this. So the data will was like just getting stored here and not printing anything. So now it's showing the same thing still. It's like I'm just gonna copy it and paste it here so we can match it. Yeah, it's exactly same. So this code is cleaner, safer, and professional. Why is it professional and cleaner? Because it uses like less line of code to do the same thing. So I would say just like write your file handling code like this. Now we will build a function to analyze log files. So let's say detect failed attempts, and let's say lines colon failed count equals to 0 for line in lines, and then if failed in line failed underscore count plus equals to 1, and then return failed underscore count, and then we'll write some more code for the file handling because we just created a program here. Logs.txt are as file logs file dot read lines print total failed attempts detect failed attempts. Okay, so let's discuss what's happening here. Okay, I got into the Python terminal. First, we created a function, then we initiated a variable called failed count and we gave it value 0. Then we ran a for loop in the line, and that line will be this file logs.txt. We are calling it line because we are reading lines in the logs.txt. And if the line has the word failed, actually you can use like the or state or condition. What do we call it? I forgot. The or keyword to, for example, like if the log file got this failed, so it will ignore this in this case. So you can just implement this thing in your program, and then like if it does exist, it will increment the failed count variable, and then the process will be done. It will just return the failed count variable total amount, or you can say like the total value it is having in the end. And with file handling stuff, we opening the logs.txt file in read mode first, then we read all the lines, and then we just print this one with the function calling. Okay, so now if you run it, wait a minute, function detect attempts at 0x zeros. Okay, so the thing here is I called the function itself. I was supposed to print like this. Sorry. So now if you run it, you will see the total amount of failed words. So let's check if it is true. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Yeah, it is correct. Okay, so let's make a advanced version of the. Okay, so let's make the advanced version of the file handling programs. And in this version, we will count per user. For example, if admin failed 3 times, it will say admin colon 3. Okay, so let's say def count failed by, actually it's very long. Let's just say failed underscore count lines colon users and empty for line in lines name comma status equals to line dot strip. We use strip to remove any appending or prepending space. For example, if your line has space, a bit of space in the starting of the line, it will remove it, and in the end of the line, if it had got any space, it will still remove it. And then if status equals to failed users name users dot get name comma 0 plus 1, and then return users. Okay, and then we do the file handling stuff with open logs.txt r, not the uppercase r, as file logs file dot read lines results equals to count underscore, sorry, yeah, and logs. Okay, so now let's run this program, and if you run it, you can see you are getting admin 3 because admin failed 3 times and Bob failed 1 time. Now let's talk about some common beginner mistakes. First one is forgetting dot strips. If you don't use dot strip, if any file got spaces like this, your program will break or doesn't give you the actual output. Not closing files, not closing files can lead your system to like heavy resource usage. For example, using more RAM than usual. Today, you didn't just read a file, you automated analysis. That's real Python. Thank you guys for watching.